Okay, so I'll just hit the record. So I'm going to share my screen and show you your screen. Which should, so that's what you're looking at,
Yes.
I imagine, there. Now these two items here usually will appear also on the phone. Okay, so phone can do say 80% of what you'll see on the desktop, but to go the extra yard, you need to be on the desktop. And what I mean there is if you want to look back month to month or reporting, or if you want to enter a timesheet. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the screen that you have here. Over on the right is your connected bank account. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where every day the bank will transmit income and outcome. Now we're bringing that up to date actually from back last April. Anyway, we're just going to do that. And see two figures here. See the bank balance. That was the bank balance that's on stage yesterday when I put it over to us. Okay, and QuickBooks has a minus 12 here, but that's only because we're putting in the April figures on top of that up to 30th of April. Okay, so but when you click in, there's two areas in here. There's a waiting room where at the moment is learning, where it's taken down all the money that went out of the account and came into the account, and you'll see the dates here all the time. And as things go on, we did start entering your sales yesterday, so that's why I was asking about the DDs and periods and that. So I had a lad there, it's found that we entered an invoice for Bowers Lane. That's probably not, I'm not sure, is that the payment for it or not, but it's wondering, is that the payment for the Bowers Lane invoice? Because it's the
well, you see, your little screen on the top right hand corner now is small and I can't see what you're referring to.
My screen
on the top right hand corner, you're only a little window to me with the QuickBooks open and I can't see what you're mousing over.
If you touch that screen, is there a little kind of symbol in the bottom right that'll make it bigger for you on the screen there?
We'll see. Yeah, there we are. Have it now. Thanks, Kevin.
Okay. So, all right. Well, I'll just jump back a bit. When you open the QuickBooks, you'll always be on the dashboard. Okay.
Yes.
So if ever you find yourself kind of want to check things out and you get lost, okay, always come back to this dashboard because it's just like coming into the foyer of a hotel. If you get lost in the upstairs in the corridors, just come back out to the receptionist and have a look around.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll actually change the direction slightly. Down the left here, you'll see items that interest you. You'll see invoicing to do with sales, customers. All right, and I'll click into them in a moment. Banking to do with what bank accounts you have. I'm just going to click in there for a second. We only have one of them connected. You'll see the balance yesterday, 8,088. Don't worry so much about the transactions down here. They'll be finding their way in a while. Expenses, you'll see the suppliers. We're buying off them. Okay. Employees, I'll just click that one for a second. We've added everyone at the moment who's there and their email addresses. Okay. Other reasons for that now in a while. Taxes. Everyone hates taxes. It's got to do with the various VAT rates that are around the place. And I'll just, it's a bit deeper than you need to go, but you see the amount of VAT rates that are there. So we kind of make sure that, we try and make sure anyway that the right VAT rates are always claimed. A couple of other little things. Again, these are confidential to us and you. Okay. Here are some of the details to do with moving you from your existing system over to this. Okay. So on here, I've got a thing called Bank Connect details. It's just you have the power with your password to allow the bank connect with us. And every 90 days, it'll disconnect for security. And we'll be able to put in 2 of the 3 items we need without having to say, give us your registration, give us the, you know, we don't need to keep asking the same stuff again. But you all have to give us the code at the end of the day. So that's that. It's the chart of accounts. It's got to do with the map of your existing business financially. And what I mean by that is we had a current account 2 in the previous one. These are the items that are listed down here. We kind of inherited from previous times you're in business, you know, equipment, motor vehicle, those sort of things, director's loan. Okay, so we're just making sure they look the same as they come over. Okay, that's there. Okay, what I like to use most though, I'm just showing you there's a lot of detail and reporting here. So I'll show you the reports for a second. profit and loss and balance sheet, and who owes you money. Have those highlighted. And who you owe can be another one. Just jump down, what you owe, accounts payable, aging. If I star them, they'll appear up the top here. And I'll just go accounts payable. No one there at the moment anyway. Okay. And the balance sheet and profit and loss are pretty obvious, but you can adjust their days and their, it could be last month, last year, last 6 months, this month versus last month. We can do that all the time. Okay, but half the battle with any of these programs is just knowing where stuff is. Day to day, and this applies to the app you have as well. There's a plus at the bottom of the app. Okay, and there's a plus here. In there is where you'll find yourself doing the most activities if you're on this. So the invoice is doing a sales invoice for someone. Received payment is when they're paying you. So if someone is paying you for a bill you sent them, the bill needs to be in there for us to receive the money actually directly against the bill. If it's not there, we can catch up with it. But it makes this program follows logical sense. Someone's not going to pay us money unless we sent them a bill. So we send them a bill on this, money comes in, and we say that money is paying this bill, so we know what we're owed and why. The other items further down, credit notes, sales receipt, don't come into that much, but the first two do. Jump over. You see here, paying a bill. The bill has to be in here before we can pay it off. So if there's money flying out of the account and there's no bill to meet it, the money goes in against someone's name, but we just say, why are we paying all this money if we haven't any bills to them? And the reason we wouldn't have a bill is that we just haven't put it in. And that's what the receipt bank is about. It's about any bills that come into your hand, have someone photograph them. Any bills that come by email, forward them on. And we'll have you connected up over the next week or so, I hope, with eFlow and these type of crowds where you have to download the bill and it's a pain in the neck. And but you'll find on a once every couple of months, we'll have checked who we're paying and just check the bills are coming in. So it's items like that. I'd prefer to be CCing you on an email to someone to say, can you get these bills and forward them to this email address? That's all we do,
Okay.
And that could be one of your team there. We're just thinking about delegation, and as long as you know it's underway, it should be fine.
Yeah.
If ever you get to use a timesheet, I love that aspect. That's where you can do it, if you want to schedule stuff. And this is another important one, and I'll come to it as regards your sales in a second. I'm just looking at the way you run the Excels previously. So you would have all this money coming in by transfers and direct transfers from clients. And then at the end of the month, you'd also lodge a lump sum, where it could be a load of checks have arrived in dribs and drabs, and they're lodged at the end of the month as one big amount. So the key to that is as long as we have the sales invoice in there and we can receive them, I'm just going to click on receive payment in a second. I'm going to go with the obvious here. Receive them into cash or cash equivalent. In other words, they're on your desk there. I could actually change the name of that to on your desk if you want. And so if 5 checks come in, we'll say for various amounts. So let's just say they come to 1,150. Okay, they're on the desk. So the term I like using is on the desk, right? I might even do that if you're comfortable with it. But when it comes to lodging those, a transfer is for transferring money within your own QuickBooks. So it would come off the desk and into the bank account, okay? Whereas a bank deposit is where money comes in from the outside, such that has nothing to do with what we already have, such as you put money in yourself, you borrow money, someone else, we get a grant from the county council of our rates back or something like that, okay? So that's the only, it's a key difference on that one. You will forget some of this again, and when we see it, we'll correct you on it, but you'll learn quick enough. But the transfer is moving money internally, and the bank deposit is bringing in external money. The other item is journal entry. You shouldn't really have anything to do with, really. That'd be my department. Statements, stocks, credit notes, and all that. But really what's happening on the plus sign, and it's on the app as well, you can issue sales bills, you can mark down someone has paid you, you can enter a bill, and Those would be the key things. Let me just see if there's anything else much on it. I'd find that's the key thing that you're using it for, you know. The actual bills people give you, you'll be doing on the Receipt Bank app. So that's that side of it. Okay. So I might get you, I might actually get you to enter a dummy sale. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay. Actually, I'll show you one little couple of things that are going on behind the scenes as we're just mapping your QuickBooks. We've entered all these people in, okay? Okay, they're in at the moment. They're in on using the names you've had them.
Yeah.
As opposed to us having their addresses as well. So I'm just going to go to where we have a customer. So if a new customer, have you any new customer yet that I wouldn't know about?
Yes, I do have new customers that you don't know about.
Okay. And I'm going to get you to enter even a pseudo bill for one of them. I'm going to get you to share your screen. And this is all you need to do, right? You hit the plus, you hit the invoice. If they already exist, you click on them down here. But if they don't exist, we'll just type in their name. Okay. Type in their email address, or if you don't know it, you can always come back and do it. Okay, but it'll prompt us for some key details. The email address will be the main one. Okay. Then down here is what do we sell them? All I put in so far is annual fees, but if other stuff comes up, we can deal with that. And you just click annual fees, and if I include the word agreed annual management fees. We might go inclusive of tax, so it's a gross figure. Okay. And it'll work out the VAT we're dealing with down here. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to just share the screen back to you and get you to enter a sale.
Okay.
For the moment. So I'm going to unshare myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to make you a co-host there. I'll take half a sec. And remember for a second how I do that. I'm doing it all day. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah. Yeah, you're there now.
Okay.
And if you could share the screen down the bottom.
Okay. And then go in here.
Yeah. There might be someone who's saying, give me a bill and we'll pay you. So
okay, so this
I want
fine.
to give you that control, you know.
So I go
great.
to new, and then I go to it'll be an invoice first, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to an invoice. So I'm creating the invoice. Okay, so the invoice that I'm creating here now is where's it on me?
A second on your.
Oh, right, okay. So the customer then is, what do we see now? Do you have River Bonnet? River Bonnet. No, you don't. So now I have to put in River Bonnet. What do we see? Where does it say add a new one? Add a new one. Okay, so, and this is RIVERBONNETCLG. Okay, name, the VAT number, no. Save. Okay, so now the customer email address is DROMAHAIR @akproperty.ie. Okay, they don't have a VAT number. The billing address, River Bonnet Management CLG, care of okay, terms, due on receipt, yeah, invoice date. Okay, so we're going to go the 1st of November 2020. The due date is the 1st of November 2020, and then the amounts are inclusive of tax. Okay, and it's going to be the product service type is managing agents fees.
Just click on the arrow for the drop down. Just come away from there a second, yeah. Oh, and okay. Just forget that bit. Just X there, top right.
Okay.
No, not there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. So now what do I do? Product service?
Yeah, but just click on the arrow. I have a drop down. See annual fees?
Yeah. So I want to edit that, and I want to call it managing agents fees.
Okay, well, I'll change that behind the scenes in a second, and I'll show you how.
So I'll just add new.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
just go and just go annual fees for the moment.
All right, just go annual fees for the moment. Okay, I'll do that. So we'll click on annual fees, even though it should be managing agents fees. And the description then I can put in managing agents fees.
Okay.
Quantity 1, rate, amount. Okay, now, and the amount is, I just got it here. BOI 365. Okay, we're going here and see how much did they pay me on the 1st of November. Because they pay me on the 1st of the month. 10 months, except all. So you're 5 months and 6. Okay. Okay, so now we have the 18th, going back to the 1st. Transactions. Okay. 6th next. Okay. 30th, oh yeah, the 1st. So it's 416.50. Okay.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, river bonus, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 416.50. Okay, and then we go save and send.
Just save for a second.
Oh, save, yeah, I see it there. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So I've done that much now.
Okay, super. Now let that save. Now, okay. Just further down there, click bottom, middle, left, print or preview. We'll just have a look at it.
Okay, what do we see now? Where is print or preview? Oh yeah, print or preview. Okay, so
Yeah.
print or preview.
Print or preview, yeah, we'll just have a look at it.
To print, right click the print and select on the printer. Okay. What does it
And
look
if we email it, this is what they're getting. So have a look at the presentation there and let me know, is there anything you want to change?
Yeah, there is.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's A.K. Property Services Limited.
Oh yeah, okay, care of AK Property Services.
No, it's A.K. Property Services Limited.
Oh, sorry, at the top. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me have a look there. So, and further down, do you want to leave a message?
After AK Property Services Limited, it should say Main Street, Dromahare, County Leitrim.
Okay, now we're talking about at the top left here, are we?
Yeah, because you had asked me to have a look at this, and when I'm looking at it, I start at the beginning and then work through it if I'm looking at it. So yeah, I'm starting at the beginning.
Okay, let's have a look here now. Okay. So So is that your new address of the company, Ash? It's not Ardmore, no?
No, you see, the thing is that the River Bonnet is managed from the Dromahare office because it's a Northwest project. All of the Northwest projects are managed from Dromahare. But of course, as you quite rightly point out, AK Property Services, all of the accounts are centred in Ardmore. So that address should be Ardmore, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it should be AK Property Services Limited, Ardmore Business Park, Ardmore, County Galway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just okay, I'll update that here now. And is your air code H71HE92? Is that where I got that?
For Ardmore.
Yeah.
It's H91 X25K.
Where have I got this from? Yeah. Okay. Like 25K. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now I've just dated that here. Okay. Okay, let me just come back to you there now. Okay, so just come down out of that one. So just save that or exit that part.
Let's see now. How do I get out of that?
X on the top right will do it, or close. Yeah.
See, I can't X on the top right because your little video is in my way.
Is it? Oh, yeah, you can drag my video out of the way if you want.
Oh, you can move it. Oh, very good. Okay, so I
Yeah.
X out of that. So I've that done.
Okay, and you've saved that. So X out of this as well.
Okay. Now I'm back to my home page.
Okay, so I'm just going to just go on to invoicing down here a second. Let's see will it come back on.
Yeah.
Invoicing. Actually, no, sorry, just click plus again. Actually, I'll do an easier way.
And you?
Plus, yeah.
You. Okay.
Yeah, click on invoice again.
Yeah.
And on the top left, there's a little kind of a clock looking thing. Click on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recent invoices.
Click on your River Bonnet guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Now. Okay.
Just see did this update and go print or preview again.
I will, yeah. Before I do the printer preview, should I change my customer email because I'm remembering now that it's for AK Property Services. Would say, oh no, sorry, the customer email is the River Bonnet email, and the River Bonnet email is Drumahair. So yeah, okay. So,
yeah, that's okay. I picked up on this. Yeah.
Yeah. So then you're saying to me to click on save.
Yeah. Now a couple of things before you leave. I've changed managing agent fees. In the body now, so that's changed there now. Yeah.
Okay.
And
what I was looking at there, Kevin, was that it says product/service, and we've written in managing agents fees, and then it says description. So the description then really should be something a bit more descriptive of what it is, and not managing agents fees again. And so maybe it might be an idea that if River Bonnet is paying me 10 payments over a 12-month period, that the description should change every month. So it's going to be 1 /10, 2 /10, 3 /10. Or it would be 1st of 10 payments, 2nd of 10 payments, 3rd of 10 payments. What do you think?
It'll only print it'll only print the description slide. That's the first thing. So you'll see that on the print preview in a second. But yeah, we can edit it to kind of partly say, and we don't actually have the word update, update as appropriate. So we'll say it says managing agent fees over 10 months, payment 1 of 10. And then for your purposes or someone else's, update as appropriate could be there before you send it off,
Yeah.
Otherwise, we have to have managing agent fees, River Bonnet, managing agent fees, Collooney. Now we can do that as well, where it has the words ready. But you'll always need to update 1 of 10, 2 of 10, 3 of 10.
Yeah, that's the point I'm making, is that if you take Collooney and Citygate and all the different ones, they're all going to be a different payment every single month. And so do we give that level of detail on the invoice in order to be able to reconcile them and know when we're on our 10th payment of any given one?
Well, if the customer's not getting them, it's not that important to keep them informed.
Yeah.
And you can look at the customer list here and see where you're going. So perhaps for yourselves, it's probably useful anyway, initially at the start,
I'd say it's definitely useful for us, yeah.
Yeah, so, and the only way you can do that is, like we can save these, which we're doing already, to auto come up. So, but it won't send it until you're happy. So it'll auto prepare this, okay, which we'll do now. Actually, I'll show you what we'll do. So you see managing agents fees there. That's the first payment from them, is it?
No, it's not. It's about the fifth.
Fifth payment. So just beside that one, managing agents fees there, right? 5 of 10 or whatever you're appropriate, whatever's appropriate to that particular invoice.
Yeah, because I'd have to look and see which one it is. And that'd
Okay.
take me a few minutes. I'd have to go back through every bank statement and see when did River Bonnet start. I think it was August, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I'll tell you what you write down then. Managing agents fees, payment, and go X of 10. Just go X of 10 there.
Okay. Managing agents fees.
Okay.
What am I supposed to type in the description box?
Well, it'll always come up with managing agents fees, and then you extend that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. X of 10.
Yeah. But see, the managing agent fees on the left won't be showing on the invoice. The description is what we're going to see there.
Well, on the invoice that I looked at a few minutes ago, it did show managing agents fees under product or service, and it did show managing agents fees again under description. So it was done twice on the invoice that I looked at a few minutes ago.
What's that, man?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe a little glance there.
That's what made me pick up on it.
Oh yeah, okay, maybe. Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll get rid of one of those. I'll get rid of the service one. That's on that one now. Okay. Very good. So see, what we want is to have a template that comes up automatic and you only have to fill in the last bit of
I
precise
know what
detail.
you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
So hang on now, custom form styles.
You see, what you could put into the description then, Kevin, is you could put in 10 payments in the year, and then every time it can be the same, but you know where you are with it insofar as it's one of 10 payments.
It is, yeah. And okay, I'm just editing that now for you. And
10
ready.
payments in the year.
Okay. So the description you'd like to have beside that is 10 payments in the year, is it?
Yeah, what I think I should put in there is one of 10 payments in the year.
Okay. So I'll show you now. We'll get this one right, set it up for you, and then I'll show you where to go. Let me just see. Sorry, just my head there. Managing agents fees, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I've updated the memorize on that guy. Now, it won't be showing managing agents fees on the left. So do you want to put managing agents fees before one of 10 payments in the year? And then have a look
Yeah,
at it
I can do that, yeah.
as well. And we can add as many services as you like, but just to have one that you're comfortable with. Okay, and just, well, if it's only going internally, you don't need to have any other details.
That's
But if you
right.
need a message to the recipient, see the bottom left there? It's a handy place to put your bank details or anything like that. You know, so. Okay, so save that and print a preview.
Okay. Okay, print or preview. Okay, here we are now. Okay, AK Property Services Limited. Can I just ask you, Kevin, is AK Property Services okay to be limited, or should it be DAC or CLG? Because You know, since the New Companies Act in 2014, I never really looked at that. I mean, obviously we did it for all the management companies, but I didn't do it for my own.
Yeah, no, you're fine with the limited. The CLG is company limited by guarantees, which means there's no shares.
Yeah,
And I know you know all about that, but you are limited by shares.
yeah.
So no, you're completely fine. You could change this DAC thing, but it's really a money exercise for no gain at the moment, you know. It's only
Yeah, yeah. So
harmonizing.
limited is okay.
Oh, it's completely fine, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then it's Oranmore Business Park, Oranmore, County Galway, H921 X25K, i.e. Ashling at akproperty.ie. Our website, invoice to bill to River Bonnet Management, CLG, care of AK Property Services. Now that should be changed because that's supposed to be Oranmore Business Park, Oranmore, County Galway.
Well, if she's managing.
Oh,
this for
sorry.
you,
No, you're right.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. The River Bonnet's address is Dromahair. Yeah, that's correct. Sorry. Okay, so
Okay.
that's fine. 1st of November. Description. Managing agents fees, one of 10 payments in the year. Tax is standard. The rate is 344.21 and it equates to 416.50. So that's perfect, Kevin. That looks good.
And down the bottom on my invoice, and I tend to put it on people like you, is I like to put the bank details if it's relevant.
Yeah, well, we could do that, but it's not relevant because I'm the one paying it, so I know the bank.
Okay. Now, yeah, that looks good. And you can email that directly from here, and that's the end of it. It's not a case you're going to have to re-enter it into here, you know. So the more stuff you can keep within here, it's you just do it once, and it's reflected in your sales statements and everything like that. Yeah, it is good. Yeah, and I'll just X you there top right second, and I'll show you a couple of little things.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case you want to play around with this and X it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you go to the cog on the, I might allow you give me some remote control as well, but you'll still be able to work it there. Just so I can show you too.
Okay.
So this cog up here is kind of where I would spend a lot of my time.
Settings.
So if you click on there.
Okay.
Okay, and go to custom form styles.
Okay.
You'd never really know what's going on here. Click on that guy's standard or edit there, yeah, either. And in here is how you design your invoice, okay?
Ah, yes.
So
I can put my logo on.
Yeah, now I actually downloaded a logo. It's very white and black. I mightn't have added it there. Just did I edit it? Oh, I did, yeah. But it's I got it off your website, but it's a bit kind of light black writing on a white background.
I think you did a great job on it. I was wondering who put that logo up there, so it was you. So that's fine.
Oh yeah, it is good. It gets the message across. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
And it adds, you know, people pay more heed to an invoice with high impact. You see there on the left where it says splash of color.
Yeah.
Okay, just click on a different color there for yourself, your favorite color. Because I find invoices that stand out get paid.
Oh, of course, that's quite true. But you see, we don't have to worry about that because I'm priority in my place anyway.
You are, that's true. And see this in here, dive in with the template. If you click up there on that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Just every now and again, people like, so if you go furthest away, for instance, over here on the right.
It's really different.
Completely different, but you might like the look of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, you know, horses for courses. There might be some consultancy you did and you want to make sure your invoice jumps out at them.
Yeah, or that maybe I might like my consultancy invoices to be separate arm of the business.
Yeah, true. So, but I find every now and again, we just change the look. It kind of helps morale. You kind of feel you're modernizing a little bit, you know. And,
and I mean, I can tell you by looking at that now that I'd love to pick my own one for my own style. That'd be great. And also, I want to make sure my logo is on it. How do I put my logo on that now?
If you go back to design at the top left. Oh, sorry, make logo edits. Yeah, sorry, it's there already.
Logo edits.
Click on there and you upload it. Yeah.
Click on show logo. Ah, yeah. So that's perfect. So then when it comes back to change the template, I would be able to say to you that we'll say this one here. That would mean that if that was being printed off, it would use a lot of ink. Isn't that right?
It would, unless you're already uncolored. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have this one here, which would use a fraction of the ink. Then we have this one here, which would be different again. and then we'd have this one here, and then we'd have, wait, let's see. Okay, so the most plain. Okay, what I want to do, Kevin, is I want to go back into the colors. I want to pick the company color, which is, yeah, it's this one here, I think. I'm trying to think of the branding and the color on my website. And I want to say, yeah, say that, AK Property Services Limited, yeah. I'm just having a look here at my website.
Now, most of them will be emailed anyway, so the color may not be. I know you use the Post-it, but
yeah, but I mean, these invoices, they're not even going to be emailed. These invoices get printed off in my office and put on the file as a hard copy for the management company, so that when they're requested by the accountant or any member in the company, we can produce them.
okay.
Okay, so they're not ever being posted to anyone. They're only ever going sitting on a file in our office. So they never really leave our office, and they always get paid first and foremost. So there's never really an issue with chasing payment on the one hand, and there's never an issue with it being sent out and people receiving them. I'll just have a look here, quick look. AKPROP, AK Property, and see, because I can't remember off the top of my head what my branding is like on the website. Okay, I just want to pick the color. Yeah, it is that purple kind of a color. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to see. Yeah, I'm going to go for that color, and then the template that I'm going to go for is this one here. Okay, so that's that sorted.
Yeah, great. Click done on the bottom right.
Bottom right is done. Okay, great. Yeah.
So,
error occurred. You do not have permission to edit company settings.
Okay, let me have a look at that in a second. Try that again now.
Okay, I am going to click on done, and then I am going to actually see now what's happening here.
Is it still giving you that?
Yeah, but hang on now. I think it's calibrating. I think it is working on it. I'll try it again here now. Done. No, there's nothing happening.
Okay.
I'll try this here.
Oh, I see it here now. You have it all up here in front of me. You might need to log out and log in, and then it's done. It seems to be in place, yeah.
Okay, how do I log out?
Just top right, hit the log and sign out and sign in.
Okay, well, I don't have anything on the top right of my screen.
Try done again.
Click on done. You see error occurred. Oh, another error occurred. You do not have permission to edit company settings.
Oh, yeah.
You and Kevin Barry are working on this at the same time. Kevin Barry finished before you did, so your work was not saved.
Okay, so I think I've saved it for you. We'll have a look now. So if you X there.
You want to save changes?
I'll try save and exit.
Okay.
Okay. We'll exit without saving. We'll have another look in a second. Okay, so you have to log out and click here. Switch company. It just brings you out.
Please select the company you want to open. We want to sort that out because we don't want two companies.
No, I'll find some way to get rid of that. I don't know why that's even showing. So your template was showing for me here when I looked. Just check is it still, yeah, it's still up, yeah. So, okay, so again, you're back into the dashboard.
Yeah.
Up here, top right. Your custom form was there. So view. There you are, yeah.
Okay.
So that's all in place. And yeah, and if ever you need to add anything extra, like directors down the bottom, or you know where to go now.
Yeah, perfect.
So that's that. Okay, so save and exit, yeah. So while we're there, we're gonna come back to the dashboard. And if we're getting stuff off them every month, right? and it's the same amount. I'm just going to do a little shortcut here, plus an invoice. There's always at least 2 ways to do the same thing. So I'm just going to plus sign tends to lead you to most places. So you were wondering there about how do we keep track. So we're back to the one you just did. Okay. And I'm just going to bring you down, and you see down the bottom here, we've got make recurring.
Yeah.
You click on that guy now.
Okay. Yeah.
And it'll bring up a schedule about what you want to do with them.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's River Bonnet. So we're going to go, so we want to monthly on, is it the first of the month we're going to do them? Scheduled, yeah.
Now, what I see here, Kevin, is recurring invoice, template name, River Bonnet, type, scheduled.
Yeah.
Create, how many days in advance?
No days in advance, we'll just have it happen on the time, yeah.
And then customers, River Bonnet, the email, the options, automatically send emails. Then we have interval. What am I looking for?
The interval is it's a monthly invoice, we know that. And was it the first, the 11th you had it? So on the 1st of every month.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
And click on start.
Every month, yeah,
every month.
Correct.
So click on, so the next one coming up is the 1st of December. So put in the 1st of December there.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's there.
And we don't know how long it's going to go, so we'll just leave it going. But if you knew there were 6 left, you just put 6 months
But that's
ahead.
the point, isn't it? That we always know the end date. And if we were able to lock that in, it's so beneficial to us, because one of the greatest dangers at AK Property Services is if we took an extra payment out of a management company that we shouldn't have done. And so having the end date is extremely beneficial for us.
Well, all of the ones that have gone through since April, we've just put them on a recurring scene. And say in the next week or so.
You need to be very careful with that though, Kevin, because like if you have them on recurring and we didn't realize that, and we went in and paid it and then discovered, oh my God, we didn't realize that we're after paying 11 and we were only due 10. And then, you know, that's really bad. So it's better to have nothing than have recurring.
Yeah, the thing is though, you can put one of, you know, there's 10 invoices going to go through. When I say we've done recurring, we've done them from April up to now of what has gone through. Okay. Because he wants to process them, and I'll show you where that leads in a moment now. So leave this one there. That next one is going to generate River Bonnet, and you can either email us how many. We'll email you the list of the sales, we'll say, for the last month, and just tell us when their deals are up, okay? And we'll have this programmed in, and they'll just stop when their deals are up, you know. Yeah. So what's there is fine. So just save that template down the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, so next month is going to do the River Bonnet one anyway.
Grant.
Okay, so we know that. And okay, so that's how you do a sales invoice. So someone new comes up, you agree your deal, you can put in your sales invoice, you can put 10 that pay you 12 months over 10. At least you know that's going to happen. Okay, and it's waiting for you. The other type of thing that happens is then when the bank sees the money coming in or the name coming in, it'll match it. So this is going to look more cluttered than normal now. But you see up here on the right, yeah, we've 495 transactions ins and outs since May 1st. So, but we're not going to look back that far. So just click on this area here, 495, yeah.
Okay.
I just want to see, does it match up the River Bonnet one? Because, okay, and just scroll down, you see now, yeah, here it comes, yeah. You're connected already, so that's all right. I'm just going to scroll back a little bit. So when do they pay? Is around the 1st, was it?
Yeah, it's the 1st, yeah.
You see there now, River Bonnet, money came in of 416.50.
And it's a match.
And it's recognized the bill that it's going to pay, okay?
Yeah.
So you click the word match there for him. This is the waiting room where if it doesn't know where to put stuff, it waits for you really to come along and check it. And you'll see a lot of the items there are uncategorized because it's learning your business. So when we kind of create rules to say, you know, for instance, we did Denise Shockmissy, put her payments into wages, all right? So they all disappear in a flash, and it knows where to put them the next time. And the same, we've also put through a number of your sales. So you see, we've done Sligo already, and put through them before that. So this is happening daily now. And then this period will end. There won't be 495 transactions to be looked at again.
Yes.
All right. So we're just going to go back and look at the invoice. Now you've only done one sales invoice now, right? So it's already, the bank have found it. They had money coming in. They didn't know what it was an hour ago, but now they do. So you go hit, I'll show you the second way to go find your sales. Just touch in invoicing here on the left.
Okay.
Okay. And it'll bring out sales.
Invoicing,
Yeah,
all
and save all
sales.
sales, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to show you generally the last 30 days or the last 30, you know.
Okay.
Okay, and River Bonnet should be back there somewhere.
It'll be at the beginning. I see River Bonnet there on the 1st of November.
Okay, click on that one.
Okay.
Just going to open them up for a minute. So you might ask the question, River Bonnet, where are we with them? You see on the top right here, number one is paid. Okay, and the second thing, if you click on one payment there, see, it shows you it was made on the 4th of November. Okay,
oh,
so you know what?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's matching up just in case you say, well, I paid you. So, geez, we're still owed, because especially when it's the same amount every month. So the 4th of November money paid the 1st of November invoice, which makes sense, you know, as opposed to I was missing an invoice and a later payment was put against the current invoice. So click into that one payment again.
Okay.
Just click in there and it leads you back to an item I mentioned at the outset. Maybe click, you might need 2 clicks. Yeah, so you see this thing here, receive payment?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you remember I said no one's gonna pay you unless you're giving them a bill?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So at the moment, the bank is matching up. You know, it's recognizing amounts and names and it's working. The odd time it won't. For some reason, it won't match the odd one.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't, or someone just hands you a check, which is really what I was referring to, where at the end of the month, there's a load of money on the desk there. Someone goes over with 3 or 4 checks. But in the meantime, we need to record we've got it. Like I won't know about it unless it's on here. So if someone handed you a check, you see here payment method on the left. If this River Bonnet crowd had paid you a check, okay, you would, instead of lodging it to the bank, which if I click here, you would just lodge it to cash. You know, it's not deposited, even though it's not cash, it's on the table. And over here, you would write check. Okay, so that it came in that way. Okay. And we know we've got it, we just haven't lodged it yet. And that's where, and I'll just X this out of the way for you, I won't save it. If you want to leave it out saving, yeah. We're happy with that. That's where when somebody walks over to the bank and lodges those checks, the transfer out of cash into the bank goes on. So a lump sum of maybe a $3,000 will go in, but it's 4 different customers that we know where the money came from. But those 4 different customers were lodging that in one lodgement into the bank. So we haven't done a whole lot here, but yet an awful lot has happened. So that's what goes on in this, okay? And really, after that, it's the same scene with the purchases. I'm just looking, I have the list here of things I wanted to cover with you. So with the receipt bank, when you're photographing the bills and forwarding them, they land in here. And when the bank sees the money or the name going out, it's going to say, it's going to attempt to match it to say, is this money paying that bill? Okay. We haven't published those up yet. I'm going to share your screen for a second. Okay, and I'm going to jump over to mine. Now you have this receipt bank as well on your phone there.
Yeah, I do.
These are some of the ones you've put through. Okay.
I've put through loads. I've put through everything I have, and they're all gone in the bin.
Yeah. Well, of most importance is September and October. Okay, because that VAT return is almost due. All right. So all of these, I just wanted to show you what happens. You say, for instance, Texaco, when we click on that one there. Now, there's a lot of, there's the bill that you referred to.
Yeah, I can't see what you're doing there. You're talking about Texaco and I don't see it. Oh, no, I don't see.
What do you see?
I see Receipt Bank homepage. Work smarter, grow faster, go further.
Oh yeah, is that this page stuff? Okay, sorry, it's sharing the wrong one. I'll put up here. So
okay. So now
the bill
you're showing me this. Yes, okay, yes.
So there's two things on there that have nothing to do with.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I said to myself after I did that, I said, now you can't be doing that anymore, Aisling, because that's no good. So I've made a new rule. I won't do that anymore.
Yeah. So all you need to do in that situation is, just pay for the tea and that with cash in your pocket,
Yes.
or
yes,
something like that.
I agree.
And they're well used to it, all the garages now. What'll happen is down here is we'll take out the stuff that isn't for business versus the stuff that is. But again, you don't want us living your life. And most people are quite private,
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
So and it's so all of these will get programmed tomorrow now, and go through.
So Kevin, the last time I was in my office in Oranmore, last week I think it was, I don't think that I was set up with Receipt Bank the way that I am now. For example, if I get a receipt now, like in Centra today, I go down and I photograph it and I send it off, and that's grand. When I'm in my office again, it'll be one day next week, and I will open up my VAT folder and I will be able to photograph every VAT invoice there is and send it off to you straight away.
Yeah. And if they're emails, just forward it to the email address that we've given you.
Yes.
Are you familiar with that email address?
No.
No. Okay. I'm showing you here on the screen what it is now. It's AK Property.
Oh, at Receipt Bank.
At receiptbank.me. Okay. Now I'm going to email that to you separately here. So if someone has just emailed you a bill, and it's attached to the email, you don't need to print it out or forward it the exact PDF. You just need to forward on the email and it'll pick up on it. Just test it out sometime for your own knowledge.
Yeah,
I watch it come through.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, why isn't that set? Here it is. Yeah. Well, that's easy. Now, if you're in Curry's buying something, they'll always say, "Do you want us to email you the receipt?" Just memorize that in your head. AK Property receiptbank.me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and it'll grab the PDFs and put them into your accounts themselves.
Great. All right. Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. That's what's going to happen. And I can give Denise or any of them, like if they're in your office the odd time as times change, I could have AK Property and have the letter D at the end. It'd be a slight bit different, but at least we'd know she's the one who's forwarded on, or if you delegate it to somebody else, Don't take it all on yourself, because you'll find that you're the bottleneck. Okay.
Well, I know, I understand that, all right, but it's very hard for me to give something over to them if I don't understand it myself first.
Exactly, yeah. So, but in time, these things will occur to you. So just so you know, we can add users, see if they add multiple users anytime.
Very good. Okay.
All right. Okay. So, and it's the same type of scene after that. What you'll find, you see what I had, bill gathering. Oh yeah, in the bank rec, yeah. So bills will come in on your phone. The profit and loss will start to make sense for the last month. It'll mean something. It'll either mean it's not a bit right, and you'll say there's something wrong there, and we'll look at it. Or there'll be an item, say sales here the last 30 days. That figure it's not based on reality quite yet, because we've a load of money in and we just haven't issued the sales invoices against them. But what I like to do is once a month is set up this reporting area, a figure that means something to you, be it sales or be it money in the bank or what. But there's loads of reports here, and they're not all rubbish or anything. And we can tailor them, but let's just say it's sales. Okay. And it might just be you want to know one figure. So the app will tell you anyway. It was sales by customer summary. And we want to show this month to date. That's often a good one. No, this month to date would be too soon. Let's just say it was last month. Okay, we've got a couple there at the moment. And I'll just save that one. So I'm going to add a group and call it Aisling. It'll email you routinely, you see. There's no point in emailing you too much. So, but we want to email stuff. So I'll just save that. Okay, now this is something. I'll go back into the reports and custom. I've got that particular one. I could schedule. To email that to you daily is definitely too much. Monthly on the 1st of every month, starting the 1st of December. Okay. And that will say sales for last month. Okay, so I'll even attach as next. I'll set that up. I can stop it again. Okay, and that'll come through. And you could decide yourself what you'd like to know about. So don't say I want to know everything, okay? Because there's too much going on and there's too much missing as well. Because some invoices, purchase invoices, will come up, shortly after the year end. The sales is probably a good indicator of where you're going. You probably have a target every month you like to hit. And if they're not on that email, why aren't they on there? The money might have come in, but we didn't issue the sales invoice. Maybe we didn't issue the sales invoice and the money didn't come in. Maybe we got the customer, did the work and didn't set up the invoice or whatever it was, But the figure will at least pique your interest because you'll have a list of names there. It could be, why haven't we got River Bonnet on there? Why aren't they there? Oh, they're 10 months is up, is it? God, we've agreed that, set it up again. So.
Yeah, that can happen.
The only thing that's a little bit weird with the email is that this being an American product, it's working on Pacific time and you never know when the email is going to land. But generally it lands when you wake up in the morning, it's there. So on the first, so it's grand. Yeah, an item to move you towards eventually, one of your team, very worthwhile knowing internally, is when we've caught up with these bank items.
Yeah.
What's going to catch us up is when you scan all the bills in. Okay. So we've matched all these bills up to where they go. So see this figure here, online Keenan. Is that your wages?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't program that yet because I wasn't too sure what was what. But you'll see here, we have a lot of these programmed already in for you.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't match them yet because I told them to hold back until I had this opportunity with you to show you what's going on.
Yeah.
But they'll just be going through into the account. They're not in the accounts until we hit the word match, you see. So we're doing that in the morning. And we will come across payments out that we don't know what they're for. So when you start putting in the bills, it'll start looking to match them up. Initially, I'm only interested in September, October anyway, try and get the VAT in.
Okay.
Tomorrow is the deadline, so we'll see how it looks tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so any September, October purchases you can get in. You've a few there. I don't think we've got them all in yet, If we're a day or two late, it's not going to make any big difference, so don't worry about that. But the other point I'd say is if you miss a purchase invoice, we overpay our VAT. I know you're concerned about the VAT. This kind of puts a little stamp on everything we paid VAT on, okay, and claim VAT on. So if you find a bill under the seat of your car that for diesel or something that you forgot to give us, still put it into QuickBooks. It'll still put it into the correct month, but it'll claim the VAT in the following period. All right. And it has a separate report that explains that, and the tax man is fine with that. Okay. That's the thing. And it's completely logical, just a bill turns up or a payment went out and we had to request the bill because for some reason it couldn't be found, So anyway, what you find generally, you're chasing less bills. We'll have someone, I'm going to show you receipt bank run properly is a huge one for any business. I'm just going to go to you again. There's an item here I'm looking forward to doing. Now we can contact some of your suppliers if need be, and say, when you're emailing Ashton Keenan, can you also email akproperty@receiptbank.me? So you can still look at the bill, but already it's already in there. And if you don't realize that and you forward the bill in as normal because you're tired and I'll be on the safe side, Receipt Bank will catch it and say, we have this already. So that'll come to my attention. But the other thing that's which is the real winner, not many people use enough of it, is this thing called Fetch, invoice fetch. And what happens is As we're putting in your bills, it'll look at them and it'll suggest to me items. Now, these don't mean anything to me offhand. But I'll just put in, say, eFlow or EPCO. That's one now parking around Galway there. See that core there. Well, actually, I'll hit the full list. Sorry. Core isn't there. So it's all these, anyway, it's thousands of suppliers, right?
Right, okay, yeah.
And what happens is we email you.
Yeah.
I've just done it there to say, you probably haven't bought anything of this card, Rogers, to say, if you put in your username and password, this program will go into your account with them and get all the purchase invoices we need.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll do that forever, even if you change the password.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So
yeah.
it's loading, the VAT is being claimed, it's loading the whole time. But certainly Vodafone, eFlow, Electric Ireland, a few more top of my head, I can't remember.
Yeah,
But it'll prompt us to ask you that question. So so whenever you see that, just keep your eye out for it. And it's not that it's saving, you might think I try making their job easier, all right? You're making yourself easier because we're claiming the
VAT. Of course, yeah.
You know, and it's harder for us to charge you big fees if we don't have as much to do. But monthly wise, it's a better job going on, you know. And we'll make money out of you other ways. You know, if you're making money, it's easier for us to make money off you. It's not about minimum wage or something. So the thing is, once we have you on straight and on moving forward, you know, to be stuck back in this admin is murder. And even though it's our job, we hate it as much as anyone. So this is the way to go, you know. So So those are the key things. But with the bank rec, certainly within a month, I'll make sure you can understand how to do that, because nothing makes people more money than just looking at their own bank statement and just checking. Every day I'll look at what I have in the bank, what went out, what went in, and make sure I have it on QuickBooks. Only takes 5 minutes, but there might be the one payment. I'll give you an example, and I'm sure this has happened to you. I got an insurance bill put to me there about a week ago. Oh, sorry, 2 months ago. So insurance coming up, you owe 635. I scheduled it on my online banking. So I paid that on the 1st of November. But about 2 weeks before that date, I got a reminder to say that'll be coming up in 2 weeks. So I actually transferred the payments over myself. And then another payment, the scheduled payment went out. I hadn't checked about this at all. So I actually paid my insurance twice. But you're catching it every day. It was only when I saw it and I put it into QuickBooks, I had an overpayment all of a sudden. So I emailed the insurers and they paid it back 3 days later. No problem.
Yeah.
But I didn't get any letter from them at any stage saying you overpaid us. They just put it back. But I got loads of people saying you qualify for a payment plan. So certainly it's one in a while that to delegate would be great. You know, just to have someone. You think literally it's so easy to do with the bank reconciliation. It's just you put in what's in the bank now, you look what was in there yesterday, and in between it'll tick off everything itself. And if it doesn't, the pluses and the minuses don't equal what you have in the bank now, it forces the question, what is this extra money about? Or what is this extra money that went out about? Okay, and then we go get the bill. Okay, so really, Ash, where am I now? Yeah, with the app as well. If you look at it there on your phone.
Yeah, okay.
At the bottom of it, there's a plus sign. You might just.
Let me see now.
Yeah.
At the bottom of it, there's a plus sign. Let me see now. Oh God. Okay, yeah. You
see that? Now you can enter a sale on that as well.
Create estimate, create invoice, add invoice payment, create sale receipt, add expense.
Yeah. So create invoice be the one.
Create invoice. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So for some reason you're waiting in a train station, you want to get stuff like that done up. You can do it there and it'll appear on this.
Yes, of course.
Okay. And invoice payment is when someone pays you. So some guy hands you a check somewhere in a flooded car park like today. You can at least register you have it, throw it in your bag, and eventually we'll see like it's meant to be here to be lodged, but if it's not
Yeah.
lodged, we'll ask you, do we get a check off that crowd? You know, and then you'll remember you left it in your bag. So it's just
Yeah.
as let's like that. My say that never happens. It always happens once sometime. And then
Yeah, it
we have to go
happens
back
to
and
me
get people.
regularly. People give me money when I'm out and about, you know.
Yeah, this is the crack. So just keep track of these things so you're not having to go home, log on the computer, log in, all that drama. You can do it on the phone, and we all have it. So and just another little thing I'll show you on the screen is just any new customers. We kind of went over it a little bit. But if there's someone who you're not emailing yourself, okay, certainly their email and phone number is no harm. If there's someone, if you deal with one individual minding his building or her building, you know. The reason that's relevant is that you can send them their bill, okay, by email is fine, but there's a WhatsApp way, a very cool WhatsApp way that it'll read down here, save and share WhatsApp. And the email goes in here, but it gives you a code. I'll just put in my email for the crack here for a minute. Okay, share and close. But it gives this little code here. And I'm actually going to email you that bill now. So let me just show you how it works. So you click on settings on your WhatsApp. I'll just show you how high impact it is, especially for small bills. Okay, WhatsApp web, yeah, WhatsApp web. Okay, I'm on that now. Scan the code. So the code on the screen there you're looking at, I'm scanning it here. I'm going to show my internals, my phone. But even though you're on this, generally there'll be no one on it. Okay, just you there actually. Ashley and Keenan. Okay, I'm going to scan and email you that bill there.
Okay, so I'll go over to my WhatsApp now.
Yeah.
Okay, Kevin Barry. Right, okay, enter his QuickBooks. Dear Ackenbooker, here's your invoice. We appreciate it. So I can click on the invoice and view invoice and more, 750 euros. Yeah, I see what you're doing there. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm doing that off your QuickBooks. On my own one, I have a link to PayPal.
Right.
And they can actually pay it on the phone straight away. Okay.
Yeah, because we have service contractors who operate those types of systems, and we see them coming in.
Okay, very good. And so it can be handy there might be just this one or two. That's the easiest way to get them. And you're not posting, you're not emailing, you know, because they can delete an email without looking at it. Oh, I didn't get it. But the WhatsApp is in their face. They cannot get past it without having to open and look at it, you know. So.
Yeah.
Okay, have you any question for me, Ash? Or we're looking forward to letting you ask it, and then we kind
of course.
Bring you along, you know.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That's fine. I know that you're waiting for me to sign engagement letters because you sent me an email about that.
Oh yeah, that's about client stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I haven't gotten done yet.